The member for Ryan has the call.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. And my question is to the Minister for Defence. Will the Minister please update the House on how the Morrison government's partnership with the United States and the United Kingdom is ensuring that Australia can meet the threats posed by the changing strategic environment, and is the Minister aware of any alternative approaches?
The Minister for Defence has the call.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. I thank the honourable member for Ryan for his question, acknowledge the hard work that he does in his local community, supporting all of those that work and live on the barracks at Inogra, Gallipoli Barracks, and the strong support he provides to those veterans and to their families. Mr Speaker, as we know, the Indo-Pacific is witnessing a dramatic military build-up. We know that the Chinese government has 355 vessels, boats and submarines. They have an increase in that number to 460 by the end of 2030. And we know that over an 18-month period at the moment, they're producing on a tonnage rate more in their naval fleet than what the Australian Royal Australian Navy has in its entire fleet, Mr Speaker. We know that overnight the United States has just released its Global Force Posture Review, and that review,
is warned.
Mr Speaker, directs additional cooperation with allies and partners to contribute to Indo-Pacific stability and deter potential Chinese military aggression. Mr Speaker, this is why the Australian government has entered into the AUKUS arrangement with both the United States and the United Kingdom to make sure that we can take steps to keep our country safe and secure now and into the future. And as part of the deal on AUKUS, we have, of course, announced that we are going to acquire, Mr Speaker, to build at least eight nuclear-propelled submarines. That gives them the stealth and the ability to operate in the Indo-Pacific to protect our country and our interests and the interests of our friends. And part of that process, Mr Speaker, means that there needs to be a consultation through the IAEA, the International Atomic Energy Agency, to sign off on the deal. And there has been some opposition, Mr Speaker, and I note that there's some opposition from those opposite because, as we know on national security, this Leader of the Opposition always plays both sides of the fence. There's always an each-way bet on national security for the Labor Party. In here they say they're in support of AUKUS, and when they get outside they tell a very different story. But I noticed yesterday, Mr Speaker, that the member for Fremantle, in relation to this IAEA process, says, and I quote here, he says in relation to our country, to Australia, that we will have broken new ground in weakening the existing non-proliferation regime. Now, those words sounded familiar, Mr Speaker, because when you look at those that have contributed to the process at the Energy Agency, there's only two other countries that are making a claim that Australia's not doing the right thing here. That is the Chinese government and the Russian government. Those two. So, Comrade Wilson, you are on message. You're on message, and weak leader here would be very proud of you.